Good morning, boys. Hope you're all doing well. Decided to return back to nature for this one, as we used to do. Just mix the location up a little bit. Why not? Weather's shit anyway, but whatever. Used to it in the UK. Now, I'm going to talk to you about how to build a muscular body. Now, I've made a few videos on like fitness in the. What the fuck is going on with my trim today? Jesus Christ. Well, it'll do. I've spoke a little bit about fitness and building an aesthetic physique and building a good body in the past, and I've given you a little bit of advice there. But I'm going to talk to you about basically one sort of basic principle. Well, one principle as such. It may not be a basic one because I don't think everyone actually applies this to the gym. But one principle that you're going to need to apply to the gym that will seriously skyrocket the results that you make in the gym, and this is on top of all the stuff that you already know, like, applying progressive overload, eating the right foods, getting enough sleep, all that shit. You know that, because like fitness influencers have been around for ages, and all this information that you can access to fitness has been around for ages. So it's not like you don't know any of this shit. Like you know all this, you know what to do, you know how to progressive overload, you know how to fucking shit, this chair's fucking shit. Hang on. Yeah, you know how to do all that. So you've got like the basic level knowledge on fitness. So I'm not going to start going into all this detail about, oh yeah, progressive overload and eat lots of protein and get lots of sleep and all that stuff. Like, yeah, you should be doing that. I'm not going to talk to you about a specific split that you should be doing. Basically, this is something that I began doing in the gym, that even when I actually was not optimizing my sleep and my recovery and my diet that well, that I was gaining the most progress in the gym whilst doing, because I began the gym at maybe about 14 years old, lifting. I started lifting a bit of weights. I knew a little bit. I knew how to somewhat train, and I was focusing really heavily on like the recovery, the sleep, the eating well, all that stuff, the progressive overload. But the problem was I wasn't really seeing any results. And it wasn't even necessarily because of the split that I was doing. It was simply because I was not training hard enough. And now, recently, I've literally been training to the point where I feel sick after every set. And let me tell you what this actually does. Because despite the fact that now, and the thing is, I went through a period of time where I wasn't optimizing my sleep, as I've just said. I was drinking a lot of alcohol, like the most alcohol I've ever drank in like probably my whole life. Not getting any sleep at all, probably getting like 6 hours a night average. And yet I was still gaining the most muscle and making the most progress and getting a really good physique actually during this period of time, despite the fact I wasn't optimizing these things, that all these factors and principles that you should be applying to the gym and you should be applying to fitness in order to get the most results according to these like fitness influencers. Do you know what I mean? But simply when I began, so let's say I was doing a set of bench press, okay, and well, before, what would happen is if I got a bit tired, right, say I'm on the 8th rep and my muscles start to get a bit sore, I would stop, okay? And then what does that do? It's not, I haven't fully stimulated the muscle, I haven't damaged the muscle as much as I could have. Whereas on every single set that I do now, and that I was doing back in that period of time where I wasn't sleeping very well and I was drinking all the time, but what I was doing is, if maybe I got to the 8th rep on a bench press and my muscles were so sore and I felt like I could barely get the weight up, you have to purely flip your mind into like a state of almost like survival, where like you have to get this weight up, otherwise you're fucked basically. And that's what I did. So on this 8th rep, normally on a bench press, say you kind of get in a bit of a stuck position, someone's spotting you might like bring the bar up, to save you. But what I would do is I would literally push so much, like I'm pushing like that, like trying to get the weight up, and I'm pushing as much as I can, despite the fact my muscle is so sore, and despite the fact that I almost feel like I can't get it up. I'm just pushing and I'm pushing, and it doesn't matter how long it took for me to get that last rep up, but I'll get it up, and I would literally feel so good afterwards. It's like I put every single ounce of what I possibly could into that last set and even that last like rep. Do you understand that? If you train to that intensity and you train that hard in the gym for every single set and every rep that you do, you're going to gain so much progress in the gym, bro, and you're going to build so much muscle. Even if you don't do things like get enough sleep and get enough protein, or you're kind of drinking alcohol, despite the fact, yes, if you do, and imagine you did those things Imagine on top of training so hard that your muscle is as stimulated as it possibly could be and damaged as it possibly could be to then stimulate more muscle growth. Imagine you did those things on top of that, such as, you know, not drinking alcohol, drinking loads of water, eating enough protein, getting enough sleep. Imagine the results that you would make, bro. But so many people in the gym nowadays just kind of stop when they feel tired and it gets hard, because that's not only just something in the gym, bro, that's something that people are doing in everyday life, in everyday things that they do. If something gets hard, bro, they just stop. Simple as that. They don't have that mindset to push themselves through the hardship, to get those fine margins that you need to really propel yourself up and really set yourself apart from the people below you. You know, it is those fine margins. And if you're willing to go through the pain and the suffering to get to those fine margins, then you're going to succeed, bro, in life. Trust me, that's not just in the gym, that's with anything. I don't want this to turn into like a big sort of like inspirational life lesson. This is me trying to like obviously tell you how to get better results at the gym. But I'm just saying, if you can apply this principle to the gym and apply it to everyday things that you do in life, bro, trust me, you're going to succeed and you're going to do so much better than the average guy. Okay? So trust me, bro, when you get to those reps, don't even really have like a set number of reps in mind. Say, if you're doing a bench press, you can say to yourself, yeah, I want to get 10 reps. But, you know, if you hit that 10th rep, don't stop, bro, if you've got more in the tank. Go through it, bro. Go, as they say, go to failure. But even if, because I think that sometimes people go to failure, right? But that failed rep, they haven't actually put everything into that failed rep. They've just basically put less effort into it so that they fail. And therefore they say that they've gone to failure. And it's like, oh yeah, I went to failure on that set, I'm going to build the most muscle. But actually, did you put everything into that last rep? Did you actually fail? Because failure, to me, is so much better, right? Failure, you learn so much from failure when you put everything into something. You've put all your energy into something, whether it's a task or whatever, or a goal. You've put everything into it that you possibly could, and then you failed. But you've learned a valuable lesson from it. You grow next time. Do you understand that? You put everything into that last rep, you've got everything. And if you've pushed as hard as you could for as long as you could, and you like physically could not get that rep up, and you fail, and someone has to lift the bar up for you, then fine, bro. Obviously, you know, to do this safely. I'm not telling you to like kill yourself doing bench press like on your own. Make sure you take the precautions, like you've got a spotter, and you know, if you there are injuries that can occur, you know, like if you push a little bit too hard, maybe if you feel yourself about to sort of like injure yourself, obviously, bro, like put the weight down. Don't risk getting injured for this. But you know, if you're feeling good, obviously warm up properly. Make sure you like your muscles are nice and warm and elastic and stuff like that before you actually work out. You know, if you feel it and you're feeling strong, bro, go for it. Fucking get that rep up at that final rep. Push it for as long and as hard as you possibly can, and you will tear those muscles so much more, and you'll stimulate that muscle so much more than what you would if you were to just have that rep there. And you're like, you feel it like sort of slipping down, so you're like, oh, okay, fine, I'm gonna fucking drop it. But if, fucking hell, fucking weird bug just landed on my hand, bro. So yeah, bro, if at that point where you feel the resistance and you feel yourself kind of dropping the weight, at that point, fucking zone your mind in and try to push it up as much as you can. And if it's taking way too long and you just can't do it and your muscle fails, fine, bro, then you've gone to failure on that rep. But don't just put like less effort into a rep because you've kind of felt it getting a bit tough and you've thought, all right, I'm not going to get that up, so I'm going to put less effort in. Oh, I've failed now. I've gone to failure. I'm going to build the most muscle. Because no, the whole point of going to failure is that you put everything into the rep and you actually fail. And therefore you stimulate the muscle so much more, okay? And you build more muscle and you start to look like a fucking superhero, bro, because you're just building so much muscle. And alongside that, bro, if you want to be muscular and aesthetic, you have to be doing, you're doing your cardio as well. You're making sure you're staying lean, all right? Obviously, you don't want to go too overboard on it because you don't want to sort of burn too many calories so that you're not building the muscle. But if you're doing your cardio, you're staying lean, and you're training to max intensity in the gym to where your muscles are fully stimulated all the time, and you've gone to failure and you've damaged the muscle as much as you can, you're gonna build muscle, bro, and you're gonna start looking fucking sick. I promise you, bro. All right. So that's the simple principle, is that you have to just train to that intensity where you're going to build the most muscle. And what that means is just training fucking hard. Not enough people do this, bro. Not enough people are training hard enough. You're going to the gym and you're kind of going through the motions, and you're doing the 3 sets of 12 reps on your bicep curls, and you're like, oh yeah, that felt all right, but did it fucking hurt? Did it make you feel sick? All right. Because if there's no pain, there's no gain, bro. And I know that's such a cliche, but it's fucking true. No pain, no gain. If you do not feel pain from the gym, if you're not sore after the gym, if you're not, you know, if you're not sort of like in agony, I don't know, well, I guess not agony, but if you're not, you know, if you're not at least feeling the pain a little bit in the muscle that you've just done a set for, you haven't trained properly, bro. And if you do train properly, if you train to that intensity, trust me, bro, you're going to start fucking building some serious muscle. I promise you, bro. I promise you, all right? But anyway, bro, I'm going to wrap it up there because I don't want to ramble on too much about this. I just wanted to let you know about all that. If you do want to absolutely skyrocket your results in the gym, if you want to build the most muscular, aesthetic physique that you possibly can at a very fast rate, like I did, even when I was drinking alcohol and when I was going out and when I was enjoying myself, building the most aesthetic muscular physique possible, all right? Link below, bro. Get involved in my one-to-one coaching. You can purchase a call for an hour, or you can drop me a DM on Instagram. We'll go on a call, we'll talk through your goals, we'll go from there. We'll guarantee that you achieve the results that you want to achieve, as we have already done for loads of young men. All right, bro? And yeah, man, keep pushing, keep going, and I'll see you in the next one.